Alright, what is up, guys? Raptor NL in here, bringing you another Blue Eyes deck profile. This will be for the April Master Rule 5 new ban list, etc., etc. Not a ton has changed from my previous one, but I figured I'd give an update on it. Maybe I'll make another combo tutorial over like YGO Pro or something on how to play the deck. I still think it's very versatile, very, able to deal with some of the meta decks, especially Shaddoll. Like, I feel like Shaddoll, I'm not gonna say they can't win against you, but is like 9 times out of 10 gonna lose to this deck, just because they don't really do anything to counteract this deck whatsoever. Besides maybe like Winda, but you just get over the Winda super easy. So, anyways, without further ado, I'll kind of go into the deck, and then please make sure to like, comment, or subscribe, or dislike, and then also hope you guys are staying safe, and yeah, let's get on with it. So we're playing 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon. I switched up my art because I don't know if you can see that, but this card is actually signed by Simply Unlucky, so kind of digging the playset right at the moment here. Shout outs to him. He's probably my favorite YouTube channel YouTuber of all time. So anyways, 3 copies of Blue Eyes, and then 2 alternative. Need to play 2 or 3 is kind of mandatory. I like 2 better than 3. I don't find myself missing the 3rd one at all. Your 3rd one is still the Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon, just because you can play both of these in a turn. So if you hard draw into this one, you just save it for next turn, and it's not really a brick. So yeah. And then the 1 Chaos Dragon Legionnaire, super broken. I still wouldn't play more than 1 though, just because it clogs and search it. So, and then we play 1 Ancients, 2 Whitestone of Legends still. I still run the Galaxy Soldier in the deck, so that's why I play 2 of these and 1 of these instead of just like 1 and 1. Plus the dangers help you search the Blue Eyes. So yeah, and then my danger package, 2 Bigfoot, 2 Thunderbird, Nessie, and now this is where the deck kind of changed a little bit, because now I've added Chupacabra, Mothman, and a Jackalope. It kind of sucks that they hit Jackalope to 1, but it's not a huge deal either, because I was playing it at 2 through testing and everything, and 2 would have been better, but like I said, it doesn't really hurt the deck too much. So we're still good there. And then Gizmek Orochi, the Serpentron Sky Slasher. I just call him Orochi Maru, kind of like from Naruto, but he is a beast. He's probably one of my new favorite cards. I took out the Pot of Desires to play him, and so far I'm loving the switch. Basically banish 8 cards off the top of your deck face down and special summon this card, and you can activate it from your hand from when he's in the graveyard. So like the only way to get rid of this card is for your opponent to banish it, and then you can banish 3 cards from your extra deck to target a monster on the field and destroy it. So yeah, I mean, he's just super good, but you can only activate each effect once per turn. So like, my main thing is to get him out on my opponent's turn and then pop something on my turn. But yeah, and then next, speaking of the Galaxy Soldiers, I played 2 of the Galaxy Soldiers. Wouldn't play 3 just because it'd be dead in the deck, but then again, if his effect gets negated, you just link him away, so he's never dead. Or I mean, you can play 1 if it gets negated, and this one, or gets sent, one of them's in the graveyard, you can Monster Reborn it, or Reborn it with the Chaos Dragon Legionnaire, so you can still go into Cyber Dragon Infinity. Kind of some cool little shenanigans you can do to still get out Infinity if it gets negated. And then we're still running the Invoked engine, so double Alistair. I still don't knock 3, but I still like the ratio at 2, just because you don't really necessarily want to see 3 copies or even 2 in your opening hand, but it doesn't hurt, so I just have no space in the deck because I want to keep it at 40. So next I'm playing Terraforming. This probably was the Danger Jackalope, but yeah, terraforming is still good. You know, you still search the or the Magical Meltdown. You know, start your Invoked plays. So, like I said, it really didn't hurt the deck. It just made it a little less consistent on the danger side. One instant fusion. I was really bummed that they hit this. I know I wasn't playing this before, but I found that this is like super good with, you know, starting your plays, and it's a bait for, you know, one of their negates if somebody's going to put up a bunch of negates, or, you know, just being able to activate this. Like, usually it gets negated and then you just go on with like your Invoked play or dangers or whatever you're going to do. So yeah, that's why I kind of play those. And then two Meltdown. I don't feel like three would clog to me. I'd rather play the 2-1 ratio with the terraforming. So I mean, you can do 3 and then the terraforming as well, and take out maybe the instant fusion if you want. But I think 2 is working pretty good for me. And then 2 invocation, just because I don't want to banish both of them. Or, you know, if you play 1 and you banish it, now your Invoked engine's completely shut down. So that's why I play 2. I still wouldn't play 3. It's kind of a brick. And you don't really need it as much as you do in like a shit all deck or something like that. 3 Melody of the Awakening Dragon. I think this is kind of standard. I was playing this at 2, but I find it to be just too good not to play at 3, because you can discard it if you open 2 and still get your search off. So searches all your high level dragons, keeps your plays going. Triple trade in, you're playing a lot of level 8s, so many level 8s. So yeah, it just kind of makes sense. It's kind of a pot of greed in a sense, even though it kind of is a draw for what you get. But next, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Return of the Dragon Lords. Return, I really like at 1, just because it bricks at more than 1, in my opinion. I don't knock this being at 2 as well. I mean, you can take out some of the next few cards I'm going to show here for more, but 1 seems to be working good for me consistency wise. So, because it's basically just an extender at the end of the day, and usually games don't last that long anymore, so you need to put all your stuff up as you go, like first or second turn. So double Twin Twister, just because there's a lot of back row decks that are still relevant. Altergeist, you know, Mystic Mine is still running around. That didn't get banned. So main deck in this, and this is usually what I side out depending on what I play. So if you don't need it, you can just side it out. And then for the last card of the deck, I'm playing the 1 Raigeki. There again, this could be Lightning Storm if you want. This could be anything you really want it to be. But I like Raigeki just because it doesn't cost so much, and more or less, like, it's, to me, it's a lot less restrictful than Lightning Storm, because Lightning Storm you have to control no cards, which most of the time in this deck that's not a problem. But I want to make sure that, you know, if I top deck this and I have a monster on the field, I want to be able to activate it to, you know, try to pull my duel around, not just have to sit on it until I control no cards and potentially lose. So yeah, that's why I went with Raigeki. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the main deck. That's 40 cards. Next we'll go off into the extra deck. For the extra deck, I only play the 1 Spirit. I cut the Azure Eyes. The extra deck is so tight, like, I don't know what else to really take out. There's so many things I want to add, but not enough space. But the 1 Spirit is usually all I need. Usually if I go into Azure Eyes, I usually lose the duel, honestly. Just because usually I'm playing a little too defensive at that point, and most of the time my opponent's just going to overpower me at that point. So 1 Twin Burst, I don't think I'll ever take this out of the deck. It's the Contact Fusion. If you dead draw an Invocation and 2 Blue Eyes in your hand, you can Fusion Summon for this. So it is still kind of a play. Can't be destroyed by battle. It's like the best monster removal that I could possibly think of in my deck. It's gotten me out of so many binds. So 1 of these for sure. You can recycle it with the ancient Stone of the Ancients too, so you don't really need more than 1. Invocation package, or the Invoked package I should say, 2 Macabre and 1 Purgatrio. This still works for me. I don't find myself playing more than this, and usually if I do, I'm either going to lose or I just flat out don't need them anymore to win the game, because I'm usually probably in control at that point. So, and then for the last fusion monster, 1000 Eyes Restrict, I opted for this over Millennium Eyes Restrict, because I find myself, I mean, you want to go second with this deck, because this deck is an OTK deck, yes, but it's it's more of a response type deck. Like it'll respond to whatever your opponent sets up. But if you do go first, I mean, you're aiming for like a Macabre, and then like for my next card, Salamangreat, Almirage. So like you can make the Almirage and the Macabre pretty easy first turn. I would say 9 times out of 10 for sure. So that's usually what I try to stick with. And then for the rest, the Blackluster Soldier card is super good. It just wins games sometimes on its own. Like when I think I'm gonna lose, I just put this on the board, and I would say like 7 to 8 times out of 10 it just wins the game, because it's got protection and you can boost its attack. So overall, really powerful. It's the more consistent Chaos Max, better than Chaos Max in my opinion. So, and then for my last Link monster, Skull Dread Sahuja. This card I used to not play. I used to kind of not really see the point in it. I was kind of being stupid. This card unbricks your hands 100% of the time, and it allows you to continue your plays with whatever you need. And it allows you to special summon. So, yeah, just really good. Not much to really say about that other than to play it. Like, it's so good. Next, the Infinity package for the Galaxy Soldier. If there was anything in the deck to cut, I guess it would be this at the Galaxy Soldiers, but I haven't brought myself to do that just because I feel like they unbrick. You know, if you draw into the stones or whatever, they unbrick that. You can discard them if, you know, because a Galaxy Soldier and a Monster Reborn is a free Galaxy Soldier search. Because you usually discard the Galaxy Soldier Reborn and get the search, and then if you are able to go into Skull Dread, you can special free or whatever. So, and Infinity is just probably my favorite XYZ monster of all time. So, that's kind of why I like playing him. Another new addition that I've kind of been back and forth on throughout all my decks over the years is the Photon Lord. He searches the Galaxy Soldier and he's a monster negate, so really good. I found myself missing the monster negate as time went on, like the rank 8 that could negate a monster effect, so that's why I kind of put him back in here. And so far he's doing pretty well, so I like that change. And then Hope Harbinger, pretty standard in any Blue Eyes deck. Rank 8, spell negate, protects your other monsters from attacks. It's a dragon, so Return of the Dragon Lords is a protection card for it. So yeah, and then still running the Dingirsu. Doesn't target, so it's like the perfect card removal. And yeah, it's got built-in protection for even, say, like your instant fusion. You play instant fusion and 1000 Eyes Restrict. 1000 Eyes Restrict, a lot of people forget too, it is kind of a floodgate, because your opponent is not able to change their battle positions or attack. So, like, that in itself is a floodgate if you have to go that route. And if you instant fusion with this, you can protect it for, you know, a couple turns. So that's usually pretty good. And then the last card is number 62, Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. This card is the answer to the new 5-headed Link God Dragon that's out now. So that's why I play this, and it's now to other stuff too, like Chaos Max and stuff like that. But yeah, this is kind of like your big beat stick if you have to go that route. So yeah, I still play this at the 1 of. You could take this out if you really wanted to, for, you know, whatever else you're thinking you want to play. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the extra deck. So now I'll go into my side deck. Now, side deck is always up to personal preference, and you know, kind of depends on what you're playing against. But yeah. So anyways, without further ado, I play triple Nibiru, just to, you know, take care of the heavy combo decks. I feel like it's still relevant in against a lot of decks. So I played it 3, and then double Ash Blossom to help stop the, you know, the potential, you know, spam decks or the FTK decks. I think it's just the most universal hand trap. This was infinite impermanence, but I just feel like overall, like, this is gonna stop more. So that's why I played double Ash, and then 1 Twin Twister. There again, if you need to kind of max out on back row removal, which I found myself doing a lot. So, and then 3 Dark Ruler No More. Kind of goes in combo with the Nibiru usually. I'll side like these 6 in to kind of take care of those, like, you know, several negate decks, you know, combo heavy decks, and then just make my plays and kind of win the game. And then for the traps, I play a triple Anti-Spell Fragrance and triple Royal Decree. This for the Pendulum decks, and then this for like the trap heavy decks. So if you side in this with the other Twin Twister, you know, you've basically got what, 6 back row removal / stopping cards in your deck, so you have a high chance of, you know, kind of stopping a heavy trap deck if you need to. Same with like spells or pendulums, you know. But anyways, that's kind of my take and what I'm playing. I just think this deck is super fun to play. Still really relevant. I mean, I don't know, you know, what kind of shape the format's going to be in after all this, you know, stuff's done, and with all the changes. I know needle fiber is a thing, but honestly, in this deck, you don't need needle fiber. Can maybe come up with a deck list with needle fiber in it for a Blue Eyes deck, but I think a lot of people are already kind of playing that now for Blue Eyes. So yeah, I'm still kind of sticking to the classic Danger Blue Eyes Invoked engine. I think it's working out great. I find myself hardly ever bricking, and then shout outs to Simply Unlucky again for this Field Center. Looks absolutely amazing. Appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Leave any comments or anything, and then I hope you guys are staying safe, and see you guys next time. Peace.